What is wrong with that meat?
Right now, in 2026, there is a meat plant somewhere in this country processing animals that were sick before they were slaughtered. Not because the system is broken, but because the system was never built to stop it. It was built to stop a public relations disaster. We just finished an investigation on this channel about how they dye your food pink to hide what's inside. Processed meat, casings, marinades, all of it chemically cosmeticed to look fresh. But here is the part I didn't tell you in that video. The chemical manipulation of meat didn't start with Red 40. It started long before that. 120 years ago, the meat industry was doing something far more disturbing than dyeing meat. They were selling sick animals, diseased cattle, spoiled pork that had been chemically preserved with borax and formaldehyde to mask the rot. They weren't hiding the color, they were hiding the decay, and they were doing it on a scale that would make today's processed food industry look like a farmer's market. In 1906, a man named Upton Sinclair wrote a novel called The Jungle. We spoke about this book in other videos: the canned pork investigation, the cheese caves, the chemicals hiding in our food. He wanted to expose the brutal working conditions of immigrants in the Chicago stockyards, but what he actually exposed was far worse. He described rats running across piles of spoiled meat, workers falling into vats of lard, and the meat still being processed and sold, diseased carcasses being mixed into ground beef and sausage. And here is the part that should shock you. The public didn't react to the workers. They reacted to the meat. Within 6 months, Congress passed the Pure Food and Drug Act and the Meat Inspection Act. Federal inspectors were placed inside slaughterhouses. For the first time, the government had the authority to inspect what was being sold as food. But here is the lie we are still telling ourselves. The inspections weren't built to protect you. They were built to stop the public from panicking. The same year those laws passed, meat consumption dropped. People stopped trusting the supply chain, and the government realized if they didn't create a system that looked safe, the entire industry would collapse. So they created inspectors, they created stamps, they created the illusion of safety. But the system was reactive, not proactive. And here is the thing that keeps me up at night. That same reactive framework is still in place today. We now know that processed meat is chemically dyed to look fresh. We know that additives and preservatives are used to mask inferior cuts. And we know that when the public demands change, the industry reacts not because they care, but because they have to. So the question becomes, what are we still not being told? Because if the meat industry is still operating on a framework built to stop panic in 1906, what is hiding in your package right now that hasn't been inspected or hasn't been reported? Let your body be part of the evidence. Pay attention to how you feel after you eat processed meat. Notice the inflammation. Notice the fatigue. Notice the brain fog. Not because you should assume the worst, but because you should be curious about what's actually on your plate. Be the CEO of your own health. Not because the system is evil, but because the system was built to calm you down, not to protect you. Today's facts can become tomorrow's fallacies, and the regulations we trust today, they were written in response to a panic over diseased meat over a century ago. So the next time you pick up a package of processed meat, ask yourself, is this food? Or is this the continuation of a system that was designed to make you feel safe, so you would keep buying? What else are we getting wrong right now?